Happy Sunday, happy weekend, Knicks Nation. I hope everyone is enjoying your Sunday and enjoying your weekend as we are now wrapping up we have wrapped up the Summer League and now there's decisions to be made. Welcome to all of you. First, let me just see here. V-Spec, Knicks fan for life, Keith Watkins, Webb, Chris Connors, Miss Stevenson, Malik Shabazz, Grand Rising to you. Deshaun Wilson, Miss Edwards, welcome to you. Chris Connors, Flatbush Dre, yes. James Collier, Aaron Spalding. Let's see, who else? One missing here. Tony Tippins, Jay Sniper, Jose Loco, Jim Medino, Jim Dobson, Eddie Kerr, Ron Cohen, Glenn Costin, welcome. Prezi the Boss, G. Bostino, Mike Miller. Appreciate that, Mike Miller. Miss Bernadette Lumley, welcome. Tony Tippins, Guilford McCormick, my brother, how you doing? And Eddie, I said Eddie Kerr already, I think. Did I miss anybody? Got Jay Sniper, the only DM Dawson, Roberto Mendez. I got him, Ace of Spade. What's good? I hope all of y'all are safe, healthy, enjoying your weekend, and your families are also safe and healthy and enjoying their weekend. So I want to discuss what we just witnessed. I think it was 5 games of Knicks Summer League. And this, as we're getting ready to go into now, is for me, the worst part of the year. No Knicks games, no draft, no free agency for the most part, and we're just waiting for camp. That's it's pretty. That's what we're waiting for. So it's like today is July 20th. Camp probably starts September 20th. So we basically have 2 months before we really get Knicks camp. And that, the longest 2 months for me, the longest 2 months of the year, I'm going to be spending the time going over individual players that are going to be what I feel like, that are going to be on the roster for 24, 25, 26. We still got another signing at least. We got, 3, 2 signings because there's 2 spots. There's the rookie spot and there's the regular vet men roster spot. But there may be another spot opened up. We'll talk about that. There may be another spot opening up. We'd have to discuss that. But first, brethren of Knicks Nation, let me first take out my shovel, my BS shovel early, and just dismiss a couple of BS things before they actually happen, okay? Anybody, I don't know, maybe it was Popper or Bondi, one of them knuckleheads, but anybody that comes out of this Summer League discussing the failure of Mike Brown's offense or the Knicks' only 1-4 record is full of horse crap, because this Summer League was not about either of those things. And that's what BS artists tend to do. They lose sight of what the point is and bring up another point that's basically irrelevant to the situation. So let's shovel that right away. Also, let me please reveal that I wasn't aware until this Summer League that there were announcers on BSPM that carry crack pipes in their pockets. How do I know this? Because I heard at least 2 of these knuckleheads say that Tyler Kolek was going to be the backup point guard to Jalen Brunson. And I realized right away, they must have a crack pipe in their pocket. They must have spent commercial smoking rocks for him to come out of that. And that was like completely ignoring Deuce McBride. Completely ignoring him. And then the second one was Randolph Childress, who I remember as a player at Wake Forest back in the 90s. Randolph Childress. And Randolph Childress, when he said it, what I thought maybe he would have caught is right after he said it, okay, BSPN flashed the Knicks lineup, which they kept getting wrong in the sense that they kept having Josh Hart in the starting lineup. Not going to happen. But then in that flash, though, they showed Jalen Brunson starting, and behind him, Deuce McBride, and behind him, Tyler Kolek. So I saw that, and I was like, well, see, Randolph, take a look at that. Take a close look at that. You can clear your mind of the crack. Maybe you could see who's backing up Jalen Brunson. So I wanted to get that shovel out right away and shovel that BS away as soon as I can. Where were we? What's up, Clint Stewart, Coach Rubens, Alexander Rivera, Jabroni Z. So I wanted to make sure we got that cleared up. Now, let's start off with the other. The three diamonds in the rough are Beauchamp, Dink Pate, and Mohamed Diawara, who they call Mo. Those are the diamonds in the rough. But I'm not going to go over them first. I want to go over the also-rans. Let's start off with James Nnaji, who I had, as I was called, high hopes for coming into this summer league. What I noticed about Mr. Nnaji. Well, first off, let me say this, brethren. Let me say this. Nnaji is 20 years old. I think August 14th, he's going to be 21, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure I got that right. I think August 14th, he turns 21. So we can't expect him to be a finished product right now. He is definitely a project. I think in 2 more seasons of development, he will be ready to be an NBA player. The 2 things I found that he is woefully inadequate at, if you notice, is number one, he never gets good rebounding position. He easily gets pushed out of good rebounding position. He finds himself behind a guy where he should be in front of a guy or at least beside a guy, and then he commits a foul because he's reaching over the top. I don't know if you noticed that. It happened. At first, I thought, well, maybe it's because he's the first game. But then every game, it happened, okay? He was getting elbowed or pushed out of good rebounding position. He was too late finding the rebound. And then he was committing a foul because he wasn't in good spots, okay? That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, he was not in good defensive position because what the hell is he doing out there except to protect the rim, right? I mean, he's a rim protector, 7 feet tall, 7'7" wingspan, but he kept being out of position and then moving into position too late and committing a foul. And then littler guys getting layups right in his face. That was a problem. And then number 3, he suffers from the Nerlens Noel brick hands curse. The boy could not grab the ball. And I was like, what the hell? Come on, take the butt off your hands, man. Grab the goddamn ball. And he was driving me crazy. So those things, and then he would grab the ball, befuddle it a little bit, and then be out of position where he's way like taller than the guy trying to guard him, and then trying to struggle to get the ball. I was like, okay, I see the motor. He's got a motor. Obviously, he's got height and length, right? And he's got a motor. That's important now. And he actually has good feet in terms of guarding the perimeter, people smaller than him. He's got good feet. But these skills in terms of finding a guy to box out on the flight of the ball and not watching the ball, but watching where you're going to get your position, it takes a little bit. And you know what? That's why I'm thinking, they got to keep Mark Bryant on his coaching staff, which they already said they was good. Ian Begley already said they're going to. So they're going to keep Mark Bryant. He needs to work with Mark Bryant. He needs to work with Mitchell Robinson. He needs to learn from Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns. This is a really good trio to help James Nnaji over the next, because it's going to take him 2 years to begin to be ready. And he'll only be 22, going on 23. I think he needs that. So he needs that 2 years. He should stay here. He should not go back to Barcelona. He should stay here, work in the G League on either a 2-way contract or a G League contract. I don't know which one. but he should work in the G League, and he should be working with these Knicks guys, Johnny Bryant. I mean, not Johnny Bryant. Sorry, Mark Bryant, and then observing in practice Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns, getting a sponge off of them and learning what he needs to do as a big man in the NBA. That's Nnaji. Then there's Anton Watson, who is a good player out of Gonzaga. You know, Gonzaga is one of them programs when the guy comes out of Gonzaga, he knows the right way to play basketball, and he's fundamentally sound. Every program, like I always like to mention Richard Hamilton program at Florida State, which I think he's not going to be there next year, but Richard Hamilton program at Florida State, one thing you know, like the dude that was scoring all the points for Washington, Lanier, he come out of Florida State, and they kept saying he's known for his defense. Well, of course, he's coming out of Florida State. He's going to be known for his defense. Leonard Hamilton don't play that. If you're coming out of Florida State, you got to play defense. So if you're coming out of Gonzaga, you are fundamentally sound. You don't make a lot of mental errors if you're coming out of Gonzaga. That's the way that program is. So Watson comes out of Gonzaga. So he's a solid player. He is an NBA level player. There is no doubt. He gets drafted by the Celtics, and he ends up, Shalom Organic for that, he ends up, playing some league for the Knicks. And I'm afraid he's going to have another problem. And what his problem is going to be is Dink Pate. Now, I'm not worried about Anton Watson, though. He's good. And I feel like there's another team out there. Oh, hey, Organic, did you check out? Look how many people we got. 144. You see that, Organic? 144. Interesting. Anyway, one of my favorite numbers is 144. Anyway, what I was saying is Dink Pate is going to get the two-way deal. There is no question. I'm going to talk more about him. I'm trying to keep myself calm because I'm excited about Dink Pate. I'm very excited about him. After watching him this summer league, I'm very excited. So Anton Watson is going to stick with some team. Somebody's going to offer him at least a two-way deal. I'm very confident in that because he's going to be 25. And he's a good player. I feel like he just needs to connect with another team. We had another guy like that. I think it was Jeffries, right? Was the guy's name? And he ended up catching on with Charlotte, right? So I think Watson's going to be in a very similar situation. He ain't no scrub now, but he ain't 19 either, right? He's going to be 25 this year. He's 24, going to be 25. Let me just make sure that I'm not lying to you. Let me just look at this roster. Watson's 24, and he's going to be 25. So that's what we're dealing with. So that's him. Then there's Mr. McCullough Jr., Kevin McCullough Jr. He played a really good summer league. And the best thing about him, in my view, is his ability to move. He was moving extremely well, and he showed excellent motor, and he had the speed and quickness to get to his spots. I loved how he played the game. He is, however, lacking on the defensive end of the floor. He was getting taken to the basket. He was getting out-muscled. He was getting done up, and he was getting lost in the sauce in Summer League. This is the thing, brother. Summer League is not the league. Okay? Summer League is not the league. So if you're getting lost in the sauce defensively, in Summer League, you will be destroyed in the league. You understand? That's why a lot of people one guy said he's the best two-way player. I was like, what the hell are you smoking? You got to be kidding me. Kevin McCullough will be confused if he was on the floor against the Boston Celtics, against the Cleveland Cavaliers, against the Atlanta Hawks. He would be confused. Now, eventually, he will figure it out. I'm confident in it. I feel like Kevin McCullough is an NBA player. But if I only got one roster spot, I'm not giving it to him. Not right now. I need him on a two-way deal. He's already on a two-way deal. I need him to stay on that two-way deal for another season and pick up defense. Again, he needs to work with the coaches and pick up NBA-level defense. Okay? Period. I love the kid. He really has come a long way. And I feel like he's going to be on the Knicks, eventually. But A two-way deal would be excellent for him. Why? Because he can work with the coaches, he can learn defense, and he can come up for 50 games. Okay, he can still come up for 50 games and get some big time experience. So I like him for that. I don't like him for a full-time roster spot though. Then there's our friend, Mr. Tyler Kolek. Now, when I watch the Cleveland Cavaliers play, I have been watching them, for the last several years on League Pass. When I watch the Cleveland Cavaliers play, right, their announcers and also the Indiana Pacers, especially since Obi went to Indiana, and when Mathurin was drafted, Indiana was one of the teams I watch on League Pass. Quinn Buckner might as well just get a short skirt and some pom-poms. He really is a homer. Like, they never committed a foul if you listen to him. And it's the same thing with the Cleveland announcer. They never committed a foul yet, and they've never made a mistake yet. It's always the ref's fault. Right. And so I think, what's that cat's name? I forgot his name, but is it Carr? I can't remember his name. But they might as well get pom-poms. That's how homer they are as announcers. You don't see that from Clyde, and Mike Breen. We got real classy, professional announcers at MSG. Well, these guys were pulling for Kolek. They might as well have had Marquette pom-poms. They were just really, you could feel they was really hoping this kid did well. But I'm sorry. Look, this guy's 24. He's been to at least 2 colleges, played 4 years of college ball. His boy in Washington that he played 3 years with was toasting him. Did y'all notice that? I think that was Thursday, right? What was that kid's name? The kid, they kept mentioning they played 3 years together at Marquette. That boy was toasting Kolek. And I was like, look, man. And his passing, yes, excellent passing skills. Yes, he can even shoot. I always said that. But no defense, no bueno. And I'm not even talking about Jalen Brunson level. He wish he was Jalen Brunson level defense. Yeah, Austin Carr. That's it, organic. He wish he was Jalen Brunson defense. Hell no. No. But listen, I would say this. I don't think he fits on this Knicks team when they're trying to get a championship. I do think he fits on a rebuilding team. A team where he could go in and his lack of defense won't be as big of a problem because they're going to be losing anyway. A team like Charlotte or a team like the Nets, those 2 teams. And I looked over the league, and really it's only the Nets that can really just absorb his $2 million and send back a second rounder. It's really the Nets that's the only team that could do that. And he would be in the rotation in Brooklyn. He would be in the rotation. So I'm feeling like that should be the move. Because if you did that, you'd open up a second roster spot. And that brings me to my 3 diamonds in the rough. Let's start with one guy who I really think should get a roster spot. But the problem is, of course, Landry Shamet. And Landry Shamet's problem is, of course, Jordan Clarkson. That's what we're dealing with. Now, I think Landry would take the contract. This is the thing, y'all. This is the thing. What's up, Chauncey Beckett? This is the problem. Did y'all notice that Marcus Smart signed with the Lakers yesterday? Or he's intending to sign with the Lakers? He got the buyout from the Wizards. Did y'all notice that? And he's intending to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. Did y'all notice that yesterday? Did y'all? Because what I'm saying, why am I mentioning Marcus Smart? Well, because there was a lot of rumors with his name in it. But I really want y'all to notice this. How much did he sign for? How much did Marcus Smart sign for? How much did he sign for? What was his contract? Did y'all know what he was signing for? You see how much he signed for? That's right. He signed for 2 years, $11 million. So why wouldn't he come to the Knicks? Talk to me. Why would he not come to the Knicks then? Why would not Marcus Smart choose the Knicks over the Lakers? What is it? Just Showtime? What is it? Why would Marcus Smart choose the Knicks over the Lakers? Not enough money. Right. So you want to know what's holding up a Shamet deal or Malcolm Brogdon or anybody else that they say the Knicks are monitoring? Ben Simmons. All of those guys are looking for the mid-level exception. I mean, wouldn't you? They're looking for the mid-level exception. And so if they can get that, that's where they're signing. And if they can get it with a playoff team, well, hell, there's no brainer, right? So look at Marcus Smart. He spent 9 seasons with Boston, and he was in the playoffs every year. Then he goes to Memphis, and they have some rough time. Then he goes to Washington, a rebuilding team. So he's looking for a playoff team, and he's looking for that $11 million. Bang, he got it. Okay? Right? So that's what you're talking about. So that's what the holdup is right now. If there's any teams out there, particularly playoff teams, that still have their mid-level exception available, there's your holdup. There's your holdup. And that's, Ben Simmons, that's Malcolm Brogdon, that's Landry Shamet. Those are really the prominent names, right, that we have been hearing, right? Those are the prominent names we've been hearing as far as that last roster spot for the vet men, right? So I think that's what it is. And so they're all looking for, because all 3 of those guys, and maybe rightly so, feel like they could always get a vet min somewhere. Right? So they all feel like they could always get a vet min. So if they could do that, then might as well wait and see if you can get that 11 million. Does that make sense, y'all? So why would you go for the vet min when you can get, $11 million, 2 years guaranteed? You're getting 3.6. You can get 5.7 twice. Right? There's a whole bunch of different, right? So that's what the holdup is. Well, me, myself, I made no bones about it. I've always been favoring Landry Shamet because he played for us last year. I feel like last year was kind of not his best because of the shoulder injury, which is not normal for him. He's not an Anthony Ambulance guy. I mean, Shamet is not an Anthony Ambulance guy. He just got hurt last year. I feel like it was a fluke. If we can get him back, he's going to play high-level defense. He can come in for with Jordan Clarkson at times, and he could also come behind Jordan Clarkson at times. If Clarkson gets hurt, he can come in there, and he's going to play defense, and he can shoot the rock. And he could probably get a solid 8 minutes a game unless Clarkson is hurt. Then he goes up into rotation minutes, and I think that's the case. So I'm really looking at him. I mean, if you've paid attention to Malcolm Brogdon, who came out of Virginia after 4 years of Virginia, went to Milwaukee, became Rookie of the Year, and then went to, where did he go from there? I think he went to Boston, became 6th Man of the Year. He is prominent on the board of directors of the Anthony Ambulance School of Unavailability. I don't know why y'all don't notice these things when you're pining for somebody that's always hurt. I don't get it. Why are you looking at somebody that never fails to be on the injured list? Why? I don't get it. What do you think? What is it worth his talent if he's not playing? He's not worth anything if he's in street clothes. When are y'all going to learn the best ability is availability? When are y'all going to learn this? All of you that are pining for Malcolm Brogdon, I don't get it. Do you think about this? I mean, how would you feel if the Knicks signed him and then you're looking for him in a big game and he's in a suit? I mean, why are you pining for? Do you really want that? I don't get it. He's like a Jaguar. He's like a 93 Jaguar, which I owned at one time. When it rolls nice, but it's usually in the shop. And when it's in the shop, that thing costs you. See, so I don't understand. I never understand the pining over certain players. And people I was like, either you don't understand what their contract is, or you don't understand that they are in the Anthony Ambulance School. And why you want the Knicks to sign somebody like that, I have no idea. Or they're a wife beater, and you think the Knicks should go after him. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, man, that's all I mean, Brogdon is a talent. There's no doubt about it, but you got to consider more than just his talent. The best talent is availability. He don't have that. The dude is He is on the other side of the chairman of the board. There on one side of the table is Anthony Ambulance. The other side of the table is Kristaps Porzingis with Malcolm Brogdon. Because that boy hurt all the time. Okay, all the time. Okay. And then, of course, you got Beasley, he's not in the Anthony Ambulance school. Beasley's on Jimmy the Greek. I got 5 on it in Las Vegas school. That's his problem. I got 5. No, we don't need that problem either. We don't need that. See? So let's think about players that not only fit the culture, fit the contract, and are available. Is that reasonable? Am I reasonable or am I being unreasonable here? I'm not being reasonable. I mean, fit the culture, fit the contract, and are available. Okay? That's what I'm saying. I only third rail those parts of the body of Knicks fandom that represent the anal cavity. That's all. I don't try to third rail those parts of the body Knick Nation that represent the brain, the heart, the ears, just those that represent the anal cavity. And they're easy to spot because generally they smell. Well, Jay Sniper, you've been to New York, right, Jay Sniper? Most of us in Knicks Nation are either from New York or been to New York. So if you've been to New York, Jay Sniper is asking about the third rail. If you're in New York, all of the subway system runs on electric. And the electrical rail that it runs on is the third rail. There are 2 rails for the wheels, and then there's a third rail that runs the actual train. The train runs based on the piece of metal sliding along that third rail. So if anybody falls on the tracks or jumps on the tracks and trying to be slick and they touch the third rail, is instant death because 10,000 volts will hit you right away. It's like you being in the electric chair. You understand what I'm saying, Jason? That's the third rail. So people jump into the conversation and they jump off the train and they jump onto the tracks and they want to attract attention. So they got everybody's attention now. Then they mess around and touch the third rail. And that's when they cease to exist. In this room, it means you cease to be here. You are not here anymore. You are a non-plus entity. That's what it means. Third rail. That's the third rail. Yes. So where was it? Okay, Marjon Beauchamp. NBA ready. I told y'all that when they got him in the 2-way contract. Okay. They locked him in a 2-way contract right away. As soon as they got him. I told y'all, and this is what I'm gonna stick with. The thing about Marjon Beauchamp is this: when the Bucks picked him in the first round 4 years ago, he was 20 years old. And you guys know, right? I mean, you should know right now, right? When the guy comes into the league, it takes him time to get used to the speed of the NBA. The speed of the NBA is unlike any other league on planet Earth. Okay? Any other league on planet Earth. The speed of the NBA is on a higher level than college, than Europe, than, Spain, Barclays, it's on a higher level. France, nothing on this level. Okay. So when a guy comes into the league, it takes him a little time. Some guys are very naturally gifted and they pick it up right away. Like I think Dink Pate might. But anyway, most people take a season or so to get used to the speed of the game. And you'll know they're getting used to it because they'll start to knock down shots with regularity. And they'll say something like, the game has slowed down for him. Have you ever heard that phrase before? Somebody said, oh, the game has slowed down for him. Or they ask me, how you doing? The game has slowed down. That means they're getting used to the speed and they can react with it in time. So Beauchamp came into the league able to play high-level defense already, which is what got him playing time in Milwaukee. But he couldn't shoot. But it wasn't that he couldn't shoot. He just wasn't ready yet because the speed of the game. before, and this is what Leon Rose, he gets Marjon Beauchamp, already knowing he could play high-level NBA defense. Now, as you can see, did y'all notice Beauchamp knocking down the threes? Like, he had a rough game in the first game and a rough game in the second game. But after that, lights out. So, and I know it's G League, I mean, Summer League, but I feel like he's going to shoot better now going forward. So now, with the defense, with the ability to handle the ball on a break, and then the ability to shoot. And I'm thinking, I'm not saying he's going to be Stephen Curry, but I think we can, if he's going to get regular playing time, I think he can hit 36% from three, which is league average. I think he can get 36% from three. And so that guy's got to get a roster spot, man. That's what I'm feeling about. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's why I'm mentioning Tyler Kolek as an odd man out possibility, because you can use that spot. If somebody absorbs Kolek's contract nets, then you can use that spot and you can sign Marjon Beauchamp to a roster spot. Okay. Diawara. Okay, somebody said he was drafted. I don't remember the guy's name. Maybe I shouldn't mention it if I did know it, but somebody said, he's just going to be drafted and stashed back in. I was like, are you serious? And then I said, wait a minute. Aside from that being BS, did you actually watch the games? This kid is 20. He just turned 20 a couple months ago. So he's 20, legit 20. He's 6'10". Did y'all notice this? He's 6'10". He can guard at least 4 positions on the floor right now. Okay. He can run a break with the ball in his hand. And he's a decent shooter, but I feel like with more time, with the big team playing with better players, he can become a good shooter. He puts the ball on the floor. So let's go this. Yeah, I've heard the name Pascal Siakam mentioned a lot with him. I'm not ready to give him that, but I can understand. He does look a lot like Pascal when he's moving around the floor, but he is legit 6'10", 7-foot wingspan, guards at least 4 positions on the floor, and can run a break. Come on, baby. No, he's getting the rookie deal. They're signing him to the rookie deal. They got a rookie deal. Look on Spot Rack. Somebody's like, well, why are you getting that? I said, look on Spot Rack. There's a rookie deal slot that they got to fill. That's Diawara's spot. That's him. Okay. Now, Dink Pate. Now, I think after the first game, I saw him and I said to y'all, he's NBA level athleticism. I didn't see the rest of his game. All I saw was the highlights that everybody saw of him from Mexico, which didn't mean much to me. I was looking at, can he play in the NBA? And after the first game, he had the NBA. I saw already he had the NBA athleticism already. That was there. But since then, he's 6'8". He plays NBA level defense. That's what somebody was telling me, like, put Pate somewhere and put McCullough in the spot. I was like, Pate already plays better defense than McCullough at 19 freaking years old. 19. He already plays better defense than Kevin McCullough. Okay, he plays better defense than Kyler Kolek, which ain't saying much, but I'm just saying. He plays better defense than him already. He's 19. Look, I want to be real. He can get a roster spot. I'm going to tell you right now, if they put Dink Pate on the roster, this boy, I'm telling you, he's going to play. He could play, man. The Knicks got one. Okay? Now, I say you put him on a 2-way deal for now. It's almost like you got a wild thoroughbred horse and you putting him in the stable, right? And he going to be kicking the doors to get out. That's Dink Pate. He going to be kicking the doors to get out. Because this boy is ready to play. Okay? Nice jump shot. Terrific defense. Handles the rock. Gets rebounds and drives. Yeah, he's 19, man. He's 19. And he is ready to play. I'm just saying, like, because of his age, they may put him on the 2-way deal for now. But this boy, I'm guaranteeing you, he's getting a two-way contract. There's no doubt in my mind. I put that out there a couple of days ago. Let me just give you the raw Hebrew guarantee. Dink Pate is getting a contract from the New York Knicks. And really, he's good enough to get a roster spot. I just don't think he's going to get it because you got Beauchamp, and you're going to need, you're going to need another point guard, right? So you're going to want DeLon Wright or Landry Shamet, right? You're going to want those guys. So you're not going to have the room right now. But yeah, you got to give the Don and Walt Perrin. Remember, Walt Perrin is your scouting guy. You got to give these guys. These guys know what the hell they're doing, man. I mean, really, I'm telling you, nice when that daggone Pate is. I liked him. And the more I saw him, the more I liked him. I was like, damn. And then they messed around yesterday and kept him in there for 20-something minutes. And he messed around and got like 20 points and 10 boards. What? Gregory Joseph, thanks for this bucks. I was like, and right, he makes everything look easy. He makes it look easy. Whereas, listen, Kolek sometimes makes stuff look easy, but sometimes it looks like he struggles to get stuff done. Right? Sometimes he makes it look easy and sometimes he doesn't. But Dink Pate, man, he's ready right now. But we just got to get him on a two-way contract, keep him in 1 year. And next summer, you're going to see this boy ball out. I'm going to tell you, he went right to, what did he go? G League Ignite before he went to Mexico at age 17. If he had went into a big-time college program, this kid would be top 10 lottery pick, no doubt about it. Top 10 lottery pick if he had went into a big time college program, which I'm sure he was offered. You're right. No, I mean two-way, right? Two-way. Dink Pate is my guy, man. I'm like, man, and Knicks ain't stupid. They ain't letting this kid go. Forget about it. He's gonna be in New York Knicks. He's gonna be in the organization. So Diawara is gonna get the rookie spot. So he's going to be there and he's going to play. I'm going to tell you right now, he's not going to be sitting Tom Thibodeau style on the edge of the bench. He's going to play. And I'm going to tell you what, Diawara is going to play well. He's going to play. I'm hoping Beauchamp gets a spot because Beauchamp would play. Now, he wouldn't be a rotation guy, but damn. Man. And then, of course, you got Dink. So you get Dink. And I kept saying, do him up, Dink. I'm watching the game and said, do him up, Dink. Gregory Jones, thanks again for the $2. Do him up, Dink. Oh, man. Yes, the Knicks are stacked. So I was thinking about what if they just decided to give Dink and Beauchamp 2 spots and trade Kolek, and then sign Diawara. That way you got all 3 of them on your roster. But then I don't know. The problem with that is you really do need another point guard, a vet point guard, a guy like a DeLon Wright or Landry Shamet. Well, Champ is not really a point guard, but you do really need another guard, another vet guard to get you through these playoffs and get ready for that. So they do need that. So I'm thinking, because Brunson gonna need a blow, and then you're gonna have Deuce, and then if Deuce get hurt, so yeah. Dink was Dink, man. So yeah, I was like, do him, Dink, get it done, Dink. I know, right? Dink, Pate. I can hear Clyde now. He's gonna be going off. Dink and Pate. Campaign. Yeah, you're asking about Cam and Pate. Well, if you had to rank 3 between Shamet, DeLon Wright, and Payne, how would you rank them? Right? If you're going to rank a first choice, a second choice, and a third choice, because that's all you're not going to get all 3 of them. Hey, Michael Drake, how would you rank it? You got Campaign, DeLon Wright, and Landry Shamet. You could pick only one. Who you picking? That's what I'm saying. Who you picking? If you only could pick one, you can't just, right. That's the way I look at it, Ms. Edwards. I'm thinking the same thing. Shamet, then DeLon, then Payne. That's the way I would go too. Mm-hmm. And it's very possible they get DeLon right. And do you know why? if Shamet gets a better deal somewhere, I don't think somebody's going to sign DeLon Wright to the mid-level exception. I think DeLon Wright is going to be a minimum contract guy because he's 33. So I can't see him signing any $11 million deal. I can see Shamet doing it, but I can't see DeLon Wright doing it. So that's why you might get DeLon Wright, and I wouldn't have a problem with that, But man, I'm telling you, shoot, that damn Dink Pate, man. Woo! I was like, and he made, like somebody said, he makes it look so daggone easy, man. He got length, he can shoot, he plays defense, and I kept having to remind myself, is he 19? Is he really 19? Like, you remember, was it last summer? There was a cat that they had on their squad. I think he plays for the Nets now. His name was Martin. He also was like the youngest player in like the Ignite or whatever. He came out of one of them basketball academies. Y'all remember him? And I didn't think I thought he needed to grow into his body, a couple of years before he was ready to even set foot on a, G League court. But he's with the Nets, I think, now. But they're going, Dink is ready, man. Dink is ready. Dink is ready. So, well, Shamet's not a point guard, James Dobson. He's not a point guard. So you still would have Brunson, Deuce, and Kolek. That's what you'd have. Brunson, Deuce, and Kolek. Those would be your 3-point guards. Okay. If you don't sign, Jalen Martin, that's right, Night. And but I wasn't sold on him last year because he was just a little boy trying to play with grown men, but not Dink. Dink is a man out there at 19, man. He's ready to ball, man. He's about that life for real. I was like, man, please protect that boy. Yeah, Coach Hauser, they were saying he's 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan. That's what they were saying about Dink. I mean, not Dink, Mohamed Diawara. I'm on BSPN right now. I'm clicking on his name. They got him listed at 6'8" on BSPN. They got him listed at 6'8". But he did look tall. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Is Clarkson a point guard? Somebody did say he could play the point. And maybe he can't. I don't know. But yeah, so look, if Clarkson could really play the point, I'm trading Kolek, and I'm bringing all 3 of these boys up there. Beauchamp, Pate, and Diawara. I'm bringing all 3 of them up there. Bringing all 3 of them. Dink, Mohamed, and Marjon. Y'all come on the bench. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Let me ask you, have any of y'all actually seen Jordan Clarkson? I've never seen him play the point guard. I've seen him play the 2 guard. Most of the time I've seen him, he's been a 2 guard. Somebody did write somewhere that he could play the point. I've just never seen him play the point. But if any of y'all have, let me know. But I've not seen him play the point. I've just not seen it. You have? Okay. So organic, you feel like he could play the point for the Knicks in spots? He did? Okay. I didn't see it. When I saw him in LA, he was playing the 2 guard. When I saw him in Cleveland, he was playing the 2 guard. When I saw him in Utah, he was playing the 2 guard. I've never actually seen him play the point, but a couple of people have said that he could play the point. So if he can play the point, then I don't think, what do we need to sign anybody for? You know what I'm saying? Except Beauchamp, Pate, and Diawara. Bring them brothers on. You know what I'm saying? Bring them on, man. That's all I'm saying. Okay, if he could do that, then what do we need another guy for? Supreme Stream. I said the same thing. Supreme Stream said Kolek's ceiling maybe TJ McConnell. I think he means TJ McConnell, right? McCollum from Indiana. McCollum plays defense. You know what I mean? I think Kolek would need some more seasoning to get to McCollum's level. Yeah. Well, Donkey, we're not saying he's a full-time point guard. We're saying he's a fill-in point guard. That's a whole different thing. So the stats are really not that important because you're going to have a small sample size. No, Dink wasn't drafted. He was invited. He wasn't even drafted. So the Don did it again, man. The Don did it again with Dink Pate. He did it again. So check this out. If they signed Pate, he would get a similar deal to Mitch Rob or Deuce, like a 3-year, $4 million deal, something like that. Totally crazy. That's what he'd get though. Yeah, they like McCullough, but that don't mean nothing. They like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they like Jeffries too. Where's he at? I mean, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so yeah, Dink is a steal. Dink is a steal. Well, they were all steals, really. I mean, right? I mean, Diawara is a steal. I mean, he really is. He's 55 pick. He's a steal. Then Beauchamp, now at age 24, he'll be 25 in the fall, but he's ready. He's now ready. The game is slowing down for him, and he's ready. You know, so all of them are steals. They're all steals, man. They're all steals. All of them. Well, Jabroni Z, I feel like I'm not going to. I don't want to feel. I don't want to jump all over Kolek like that. I feel like if Kolek went to a sorry team and got a chance to ball heavy minutes, I think he would end up becoming better. You know, that's what really happened to TJ McConnell. Y'all remember why they call Embiid the process? You know why they call Joel Embiid the process? Do you remember when the Sixers were really sorry, purposely sorry, because they wanted to get the #1 pick, and they kept getting #1 picks, and they didn't pan out? They got, before even Simmons and before even Embiid, they were getting #1 picks. They were sorry, and they were getting #1 picks, and either they got like a Nerlens Noel, or they got a the guy from Duke, I forgot his name now, and they wasn't working out. So during that time when they were sorry, TJ McConnell was playing for them, and that's where he developed his game, and he got his first bag when he went to Indiana after he developed his game. Okafor, right? So they kept getting #1 picks. And the #1 picks either get hurt. Like MB was out like full 2 seasons with the foot before he was able to play. Okay. And so that was the process. That's why they call him the process. So TJ was getting a heavy minutes during that time. Okay. What's up, Drip Moore, my man? And that's where he developed his game. I feel like Kolek, if giving that opportunity on a sorry team, that's right. They got Markelle Fultz. They had Nerlens Noel. They got Ja Okafor. They kept getting sorry, and then they got Embiid, but then his foot was broken. He couldn't play. Okay, and then even every #1 pick that did play, I mean, they didn't start off with Simmons right away. He was hurt, so they was all getting messed up. But during that time, TJ McConnell was playing, and he was developing his NBA skill set. Then he went to Indiana, and that's where he got his first bag. He was on a minimum contract with Philly, and then he learned how to play. I think Kolek would be very similar. I don't know how much ceiling he's going to get defensively, but if you put him on the Nets, he'll be in the rotation. You put him in Charlotte, he might be in the rotation. But the Nets can afford to get him. So you let the Nets get him for a second-round pick sometime in the future, right? And then I think he would have a chance to develop his game. That's all I'm saying. He's not the type of kid that could develop his game on a championship team. The Knicks are a championship level team. They're going for the chip. He's not going to play because he can't. They can't let him out there. He just get eaten alive. Okay. So he needs to be on a spot somewhere where he could just ball. And he's going to get crushed, but he's going to also crush, and he's going to learn how to shoot the NBA level and pass like he does. And I think he'd be able to develop better, in that scenario. No, I looked at the Nets. They can't really afford to give 2 second-round picks. But if we can get 1 second-round pick and the Knicks, and they can absorb his $2 million into their salary cap, that's a win-win to me. Yeah, because now you can bring Dink up. Yeah, I don't know Chris Connors, but I'm telling you, Pate's gonna get a spot. Pate's getting at least a two-way spot. That's the minimum he getting. He getting at least a two-way spot. Beauchamp, I don't know what they already got Beauchamp on a two-way contract. He's on a two-way contract already. So there's nothing to do if you just want to keep him there. You can keep him there. But damn, Beauchamp is ready for the roster. To me, Beauchamp is the most ready for the roster of anybody that plays summer league. Then you got Pate. Then you got Diawara. These kids are good, man. Yeah. I know Jabroni's here. I mean, some cat was telling me they invested too much money in him. I was like, that's bullcrap. I mean, look, let me ask you. In the NBA, is a 4-year guaranteed $6.5 million. That's what he's got. He's got it 4 year, but he can get as much as 9. But he's only guaranteed 6.5. Is that a lot of investment in the NBA? Some guys say, well, they made such an investment in him. They have to keep him. I was like, man, what kind of drugs you on, man? No, seriously. 6.5 million? And especially now, you're talking about the Don. The Don is paying Tom Thibodeau $30 million to sit on his behind with tequila. $30 million. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man. Yeah, eat that. And he got 2 years left, one at 2.1 and one at like 2.9. Eat that money and send that brother on somewhere and let him play, man. Because, shoot, we got Dink got to do his business. Dink's the Fink. Dink Pate with no hate. And he's not too late for his Knicks date. Let's get that baby on board. I'm all Dink high, man. I'm Dink high. So y'all see I'm Dink high. So he's going to be added to the list of anybody coming here talking mess about Dink. They already touching the third rail. There's no questions asked. When you touch the third rail, that means you're talking about Tibbs. Even Tibbs is still off limit. Tibbs, Mitch Rob, Deuce. No. And then, of course, the road runner. You come in there talking about the 5 picks. You must be laying straight on that third rail with all your might and catching them 10,000 votes. What's wrong with y'all? No. And then people go back, I don't know why you get so mad. It doesn't matter why. I just told you what it is. You know the rules, right? You must learn. You know the rules. You know, because Dink got to do this thing, man. I got to see that boy. I would not have a problem. I know you're going to think, but I would not. Yeah, democracy. That's right. Democracy. Hell no. You know, I would not have a problem if Dink was like the 11th or 12th guy on this team. I would not have a problem at all. Would y'all? I wouldn't. Let me ask y'all. That's a poll question there going. Let's do the poll. Let's do the poll question. Let's do the poll. It's very simple. Very simple. Very simple question. So if Dink Pate was the 11th man this season, so he got a regular rotation spot, 11th man, you got a problem with that? Y'all got a problem with that? You got a problem with that? Now, we not Putin either. You know, I like the way Malcolm X described Russia. Y'all know what Malcolm X described Russia? So probably y'all don't, right? Malcolm X said Russia was white nationalism. Russia was white nationalism. Now, in this question, yes means you do not want to see him on the Knicks this year. That's the answer to the question is if you 76% of you are saying you do not want to see him on the Knicks this year. That's what that means. I'm just letting y'all know. So 75% of y'all are saying we don't want to see him as the 11th man this year. Okay. Yeah, he's not in the 11th man is not rotation. That's a guy that's getting like 8 minutes. Rotation is 10. Okay. 11th guy is getting like 7 minutes a game, something like that. You know, 7, 8 minutes. That's all I'm saying. That's the 11th guy. Okay. I would not mind seeing because Dink could play the 2 or the 3 for sure. I know, right? Let me start the poll. Let me make it simpler for you. Okay, let me make it simple. Let me start again. Let me start again. Let me make it simple. You want Dink on the regular roster. This is make it much easier. How about that? This is much easier. Listen now. You ready? Feel like I'm talking to my wife. Listen now. You want Dink on the regular roster? That would be yes or no. You want Dink on the regular roster? Do you want Dink on the regular roster? I'm not talking about no G League. I'm talking about regular roster. Regular roster. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I would not mind whatever position he play. Bring that boy in the regular roster. Let him practice with with the crew. I like Dink, man. I'm telling you, I'm hoping he just stays healthy. I don't know. He's a young boy. I don't want to see him get hurt or nothing. You know what I mean? Hey, by the way, speaking of young boys that got hurt, have y'all been checking out my man Deron doing? Y'all see my man doing business? He hurt I think he snapped his Achilles in the camp last year. Um, Remember Deron from where was he playing? I think he was playing with Dayton last year. He's in Denver now. I told you he was like Elvin Hayes. He gave me the Big E vibes. This boy been killing in summer league, killing. Holmes, right? He been killing in summer league, man. I wanted the Knicks to get him, man, but I guess the Don ain't paying that kind of money, so it is what it is. Yeah. DeRon Holmes is what made, honestly, that's what made TB, what's his name, that got traded to Denver. That's what made him expendable. It was DeRon Holmes. They put Holmes in there. Woo, man. Yeah, Dink has the athletic explosiveness. He's got the defensive chops already. And how many threes did that young man hit yesterday? How many threes did he hit? Because he was knocking down threes yesterday. I was like, wow. He shoots his three the way that dude from Cameron that played for Oklahoma City. I forgot his name. But he shoots his three like that. I was like, dang, man. This kid, man. I'm gonna see how many threes he hit yesterday. He knocked down at least 3 of them yesterday because he was balling, man. Everybody else was, I don't know what they was doing, but my man Dink was balling. Where he at? Where that boy at? Dink Pate. Where he at? Dink Pate. He knocked down 4. He was 4 of 7 from 3, 57%. 4 of 7. Dang. Man, he hit 4 yesterday. There was a guy, he is a little bit like Trey Murphy, rangy. Trey Murphy's like 6'9". Trey Murphy's full 6'9", rangy. He is a lot like Trey. But there was another guy, he's a little bit taller than Dink. He was 6'10". He played for Toronto, veteran guy. He played for Oklahoma City. I forgot his name. But he shoots his three very similar. Dink shoots very similar to that guy. He's from Cameroon, I think. Yeah, he got a motor too, man. He really does, man. I was like, what? Yeah, he was 4 of 7. I mean, dang, I was like, what? This boy could ball like that? Yeah, man. Yeah. Nah, I really, myself, I don't need to see no more. I didn't see enough. I know Dink could ball. Dink is an NBA player waiting to happen. That's all. I don't need to see no more. I don't need to put him through no more tests. He done convinced me already. Dink is ready to ball. He's the real deal. I don't need nobody. Sometimes I could just see it. DeRon Holmes, I just seen it. Okay? When I'm watching Deuce at West Virginia, no problem. I'm telling you. When I watched that dude at Matherin, I saw Matherin. I was like, okay, I'll bring him in if we can get him. That's what I'm saying. And Trey Murphy the third at Virginia, just need to watch a couple. I ain't have to watch a whole bunch of film on him, just a couple. All I need to see was, I was like, okay, he's ready. He is, get him. Quentin Grimes, yes, get him. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. Dink is ready. I don't need to see nothing else. Dink is ready. He's ready. Well, the preseason, Jabroni Z, how, I don't know if it was Popa Pooper or the other knucklehead. I forgot which one it was, but they was talking about they can implement Mike Brown's offense, right? Well, in the preseason, you're going to see a serious effort to implement Mike Brown's offense in the preseason. So you may not see a guy like Pate a lot if he's not going to be in the rotation. That preseason is when they're really going to use their 10 guys and try to implement the Mike Brown offense, or whoever the assistant coach. What's the guy's name? Fields, whatever the hell. But you're going to see that offense being implemented in preseason. That's what the preseason is going to be looking like this year. You'll see those guys get some minutes, but really it's not going to be a lot. It's going to be your 10 guys. It's still up there, Michael Drake. You can vote. It ain't closed yet. Poll's still open. We only got 57 votes. The poll's still open, so you could do it. Brown runs a very similar with the Kings. He ran a very similar offense to Golden State, which is Steve Kerr runs the most dynamic offense I've ever seen in a long time. Not only he masks what he's trying to do and he confuses the defense and he ends up with layups, man. And Brown was running that with the Kings. He was running that with the Kings. Yeah, the 10-man rotation is going to play. Okay, the 10-man rotation. Nnaji needs 2 more seasons. The Knicks should keep him in Westchester. I don't even know if they would have. I don't know if there's a 2-way contract, depending on how many of these 3 guys they signed to regular contract. But they got to keep Nnaji in Westchester. They need Mark Bryant to work with him for 2 more seasons. That's what Nnaji's 20 years old, so he's going to be 21 in August. So you need 2 more years, and you give him 2 more years in Westchester, and I think he'll be all right. I like Nnaji. I like he's raw. He's very raw, and I've been saying that. But I wanted to see if he had anything that could pop this summer, because that would make things interesting. But he's not. He too easily gets pushed out of position on the rebounding. He's not learning to get in the right position on the defensive side of the floor to protect the rim. And he's got butterfingers. So all of that he's got to work on. But the motor is there. The motors are very important at the 5. The motor is there. And he's got, obviously, you can't teach 7 foot with 7'7" wingspan. So he's got the motor and he's got that. So he's got to have somebody work with him. Yeah, Watson, like I said, Watson's going to catch on with somebody. He's too good. It's just there's no room on the Knicks right now. Watson's problem is Dink Pate. And you'll see how high I am on Dink Pate. And I believe the Knicks would be too. 19 years old, could ball like that? No. But Watson's a solid player. He's an NBA player. I think he gets a contract with another team. Going good, Corey Lindsay. Doing good today. I was out the range today and getting ready to take my moms and my wife to dinner. And after I'm done with y'all, see if I can get a little quick workout in the meantime. No, Nnaji's a 5. Nnaji's a strict 5. He can't even catch the ball to play. He can guard 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5. Nnaji could do that. He's got the footwork for sure. If you defensively you could put him out on the perimeter. He's not going to be guarding. He's not going to get beat like that. Nnaji's got good footwork. I think it's from the soccer because he comes from a culture of soccer. But he could play. He'll be able to play some defense, but he just needs to learn some nuances, which is not easy. Yeah, not easy, man. So they need Mark Bryant to work with Nnaji. Really, that's what they need. And I'm glad we got Mark Bryant coming back because he needs to really spend time with Nnaji. Nnaji's the type of player that would benefit under Mark Bryant's tutelage. He really would. So I'd like to see that. He could come back next year with completely different guy. Yeah. So, yeah. No, you know what I'm into now? Saying Freud, not burpees. I actually haven't done burpees in a while. I'm doing the primal movements and the mobility stuff. I'm doing a lot of that. I'm doing a lot of it with weights. I'm doing chin-ups and push-ups to finish my workouts. And I'm doing once a week, I'm doing the HIIT sprints on my treadmill. So I'm doing I'm doing the I'm not doing the burpees as much. I'm doing a lot of weighted primal movements, crawl movements, step throughs and all that stuff like that. And then I'm doing mobility stuff. Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I love it too. I'm really having a good time doing that. I love that workout, man. It really makes me feel, limber and loosen it up. My shoe joints are getting loose. It's good, man. Love it. Love it. Enjoying that a lot. Which one, Jay? I got 11 guns. So let me see. My father left me 2 of them. I think I got 2 or 3 of them from the gun shop here in my town in Leesburg. And then I got the rest of them from the Sportsman's Warehouse. Sportsman's Warehouse, where I probably bought at least 5 guns from the Sportsman's Warehouse. Yeah. I got a few. The shotgun I got at Sportsman's Warehouse. I got 2 44s from there. I got the Colt 44 and I bought a Smith & Wesson 44 from there. And I got a 3-inch Colt from there, 357. And I think that's it. And then I got a 4.5-inch Colt from the gun shop in Leesburg. And I think I got a 44 Magnum 4.5-inch that's the one I carry with me in the ride. I keep my 44 Magnum in the ride, hidden in the ride, just in case. You never know. You run against some fool, you may have to pull your mess out on them. But yeah, 44 will take care of business in the ride, right? Locked and loaded. That's about 4.5. That's a 4.5-inch Anaconda. Yeah, bring that. Yeah. Yeah. They ended my life because I showed the gun. I showed y'all my daddy's 44 Magnum. But did I show y'all the Colt 44? I showed you one of my 44s and boom, it just ended right away. It ended right away. So I ain't doing that no more. If I show it on a video, there's no problem. If I put it on a video, I could do it, but I can't. It's against YouTube rules to show a gun live. Yeah, it get done right off the bat. No, I like Pacome Daddy. I don't know if he's a croissant in terms of availability, though. He is French. I don't know if he's a French croissant in terms of availability, but as far as talent, Pacome Daddy could play, and yeah, he could play. I'm not worried about him. This summer was not going to be a summer for him to. They did, Coach Hauser. This summer was not going to be a summer for him to make the rotation anyway. I wasn't expecting that. He's 20. Yeah, he's 20, 19 going on 20. He's 20 now. I wasn't expecting him to be in the rotation. But he's going to eventually be in the rotation. Not this year though. I got him for protection, Jay. I got him for carry, house, protection, home protection, and I just like them. I have 9mm that I carry. I have a couple of 9s that I carry. Listen to my 9mm go bang. Da 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 dang, da 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 dang. Y'all heard that one from Karen? This is KRS-One. So I carry me a 9. But yeah, I carry me a 9. But I like revolvers. Those my daddy got me hooked on the revolvers, man. I love revolvers. So I keep them in the house. And I got my shotgun in the house. I know. Da 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 dang, da 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 dang. Listen to my 9mm go bang. Yeah, I like the 9. I carry that. It's light, easy to maneuver. Hey, Jersey Shore 74, what's up? Yeah, so but I don't always carry the 9. Sometimes I just rely on what I got in the ride, the 44 I keep in the ride. Hopefully I would never have to reach for it. But I keep that. You're allowed to conceal carry in a car in Florida, as long as it's concealed. Mine is. They would only find out if they need to. Yeah, I do too, Jay Sniper. That's the problem. If my wife and I are looking to move to another country, a third world country, we're looking at 4 countries right now in Portugal. No, 3 countries in Portugal plus Portugal. We're looking at Portugal, Colombia, Ecuador, and Panama. And so I can't bring my gats to none of them, man. Some of them let you have one once you're in country, but you can't bring your gas there. So I'm not getting rid of my guns. I'm gonna have them stored, until maybe the laws change or something. But man, gotta know limitations. That's right, Mike. I ain't heard that in a while though. A man gotta know. Nah, Puerto Rico. My wife is from the island, but Puerto Rico. I mean, if you Puerto Rican, you should know there are certain powers that for the last at least 50 to 100 years have purposely been trying to dog out Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's under attack. Y'all know that, right? It's not just they do have natural disasters, but all the islands do. But there's people that's been basically raping Puerto Rico for a minute, and it's been actually like sponsored by certain government people. They've been just raping Puerto Rico, man. And so my wife and I, we actually were thinking about going there because my wife still got brothers and sisters there. But we don't want, first of all, we don't want no island because we don't want no, we know the hurricane is strong. So we don't want no island. But if we did pick an island, it would be, I was asking my wife about DR. Now, you know how that went, asking the Puerto Rican, the Boricua about the Dominican Republic. You can imagine how that went over. No. So she's like, we go to PR. And I was like, okay. But then as we started seeing, we were investigating every place we looked at. We looked at a ton of YouTube videos, ton of documentaries, and we were investigating the history of Puerto Rico. And they've been getting raped, man. They've been sending Wall Street dudes down there to rape Puerto Rico for decades. And it's almost like it's cruel how they treating the people of the island of Puerto Rico. They really need to get what they got coming. Some of these folks that do that stuff to them, man, dogging them with debt and all of that, but it is what it is. So we don't want to go there because of those reasons. But yeah, they just, Anyway, so we're looking at 4 other countries and Portugal. We're looking at Portugal, Panama, Ecuador, Colombia. We're getting ready to go to Colombia in December. Hey, Lee Thomas, what's up? We're getting ready to go to Colombia in December. So we're just looking at some things. The problem with France, though, I don't just, I got to be real with y'all. Any place that had us as slaves, I don't want to go. Portugal is the only exception. And my wife and I decided we don't want to go, but we want to look at it. But if you had us as a slave, I don't want to be there. If you're a European and you enslaved us, I ain't going there. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Or you was involved with that. Yeah, Knicks Nation 112. I'm saying it's like, they just dogging PR, man. And you know how they do it. But they dog PR, right? And then they make it look like PR did it to themselves. Nah, we're looking at some other places that I think will work out better for us. So we're going to check it out. What I like about Panama and Ecuador is they both run on US dollar. Oh, yeah. Portugal, if you're looking at Brazil, those are former slaves of Portuguese. That's why they speak Portuguese in Brazil. I think Angola also. Yeah. You're right, John. You're right, John. John Terrell, you're right. Yeah, and the civil unrest is because the prices are going up. The locals can't afford it. Just like in Mexico City, the price is going up, the locals can't afford it. We had been looking at Mexico, but we decided against it, so we just said, okay, now look at someplace else. Yeah. Well, I did like Costa Rica, but that's another place that's getting priced up too much, man. It's getting priced up. So I'll be like, I don't know. My boy just built the house there maybe 5-6 years ago. It cost him $350,000 to build the house, man. It's like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. The Portugal civil unrest is mostly in Lisbon, and I wouldn't be going there. I wouldn't be going to Lisbon. Oh, for real, John. There's no doubt. But that's a whole different thing. See, they still mad because the Haitians took their swords from them and beat their ass. And the whole world's been against Haiti ever since. The Haitians came out there and took their swords from them and then beat the French ass. They had them Napoleon running back to France, man. They had that short fool running back to France. Bye-bye. Don't mess with them Haitians, boy. Don't mess with it. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, we're looking at these other spots. Yeah, for real. Barcelona going through the same thing. Barcelona, uh, Lisbon, Mexico City. Yo, Romeo, we were just talking, Romo Guerrero, we were just talking yesterday, my wife and I, about Vietnam, Malaysia. Matter of fact, well, I'm retired now. My wife is retiring next year. We definitely going to do an Asian tour where we're going to see, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam. We're going to see all that. Thailand, we're going to do all that next year. Not next year, but once we settle in one of these countries, we're going to do a tour, man. Yeah, for real. We're going to do a tour, man. So we're going to do a tour. Yeah, we're going to check all that out. We're going to stay there like 3 months. Yeah, we're going to stay there like 3 months and do the whole tour over there, man. Check out all that. Chinese, I had too many reports of racism in China. Too many. More than one or two of brothers and sisters going to China and running into some problems. So I ain't gonna go. I ain't really trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. Yeah, the thing is about New York, you can't carry a gun, but the criminals got guns. That's what I don't like, man. The criminals can have guns, but the regular folks, the victims can't have no gun. That's kind of backwards, but it is what it is. I think so, Lee Thomas. The only thing is, it's far from our babies. That's why my wife and I want to be near our babies, but it's like, dang. Oh, Jose Loco, I would just say, I would suggest to you that go on YouTube and just type in the subject, history of Puerto Rico. All kind of stuff. You'll see there. You'll see. They raping Puerto Rico, man. Raping them bad. Raping them, what my man say, with no Vaseline. They raping them with no Vaseline. That's what they do in the PR. Raping them with no Vaseline. Yeah, Marbury's you got to differentiate between entertainment and regular citizens. Entertainment is not a regular citizen. See, even in the worst United States, even in the worst, where you can get strung up, they would not string up Muhammad Ali or Jim Brown, right? Or Michael Jordan, right? They wouldn't string up these cats because these are entertainers. They're heroes. Entertainers treated differently than the regular folks. So in China, Marbury's an entertainer. Basketball is entertainment, and he brought a lot of excitement to China. Plus, he promoted China. So they love him there. But brother like me, yeah, they be saying different. Now, I wouldn't move to New York, though. New York lost me. They lost me. That whole gentrification thing and all that. They lost me, man. I used to love to even go back and visit a lot. I don't even like to do that no more. I got cousins and stuff. I don't like go. I got cousin in Co-op City. I got cousins in upstate there. What's his name? Mount Vernon. I got cousins up there. But I got cousins in Flatbush, Brownsville. But I would yeah. Go if somebody dies, Right, Malik. See, that's what I'm saying. Go up there, you be looking at 125th Street, and it's like, what the hell? Where am I? What happened to Saturdays with everything? There's pictures on the ground. Everybody, oh, what happened to that, man? You see the pants was hanging up. You could buy pictures, nice art. You could buy all kind of stuff. You remember the Hard is Hard? That was out there. You ain't got none of that no more. Now it's Chase Manhattan Bank, man. It's when I saw the damn we went up there and my wife and I saw Whole Foods. I was like, it's over now. It's over. It's over. It's over, man. Oh man. I saw Whole Foods on 125th Street. I said, it's over. That's it. It's done. Oh, gosh. Yeah, the Bronx, my wife is from there. She's from Soundview. You know, she was on Westchester Avenue part of her life. And she was also on Lower East Side, Avenue D. But it ain't the same as it was before. Oh, Coach Hauser, you know, I'd like to, but the problem is we getting ready to do this move thing. So we going to Colombia, and I got to save my pennies for that trip. You know what I'm saying? And then next year we getting ready to go to Ecuador. We going boom, then boom. And I got to save my pennies for the trips, man. I'd love to see a game this year. We'll see. Medellin, baby, the city of eternal spring. We getting ready to do that thing in Medellin. That's what I'm saying. Right, J. Cruz, that's what I'm saying. I go back to visit if somebody died or something, but even then I'm careful. Matter of fact, my wife and I were just talking this morning about going there, pick up our cousin and going up to our aunt in Connecticut. We're planning that for next year, you know. So that's the next time we'll probably be in New York. Oh yeah, Memphis is dangerous, man. There's no joke. Memphis got the gats, and they got the criminals, and they got everybody willing to pull the trigger. Memphis ain't no joke, you know. Yeah, so what's up, Jay from Washington Heights up there with the Dominicans? With the Dominicans in Washington Heights. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man. It's dangerous as hell, Jay Sniper. They don't want to get shot. That's why they don't want to get shot. Because you know what? NBA players be liking the bling bling too much in public. You know, wearing the damn chains and stuff. You asking to get shot. You asking. You know, what do you think? You could just walk down the street and they won't take your chain? Or you get all these rims on rides and be pulling up in the hood? They will take your mess, man. What's wrong with somebody? That's why they don't like, they can't go in and go bling bling without repercussions. They need to tone that mess down. Yeah, Memphis don't play that. Memphis and H-Town. Y'all know H-Town don't play. That's what I'm saying. My man Ime Udoka down there doing work in H-Town. You better watch your wife. And he ain't after no little kids either. Ime ain't playing that. Yeah. Nah, I don't need to see that. Yeah, Soundview, yeah, for real. Yeah, man. So Coach Hauser, DC used to be Chocolate City till a certain president came in office and it became what it is now. DC is now Rainbow City. It used to be Chocolate City. Now it's Rainbow City. I mean, for real. Yeah. Let's go Knicks. For real. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Beauchamp, Pate, Diawara. That's what I'm saying. Let's get this thing done, y'all. I'm excited for these kids. I'm going to be talking more about these boys in the coming days and weeks, along with our regular 10-man rotation. And then I'm just hoping that this week we will find out if Shamet comes on board or not. No, I've never been to Memphis. But it's, it's like, I've never been in Vietnam I've never been in the war zone either. And I don't need to. I've never been to South Chicago, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm at the age right now where I don't like to take risks. So stuff like jumping out of planes, deep sea diving, going to South Chicago, going to Memphis. I'm just not, I'm trying to mitigate risk right now, so I can enjoy my retirement. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Malik? HP Carlos Porto, what's up, Porto? Porto. Yeah, we got to win this chip, Michael Drake. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt, man. I don't know, Andre. Dre, I don't know, because like I would have liked to get some of the guys they already talked to, but apparently we can't get them. So I don't know. I don't know who the assistant coach gonna be. I'm gonna leave that up to the Knicks and let them figure it out. Hopefully they will. Oh yeah, Merida. I've heard that. I've been to Guadalajara, Mexico. Nice. I've been to Ajijic, Mexico. Nice. Lake Chapala, Jocotepec. I've been to those places. Nice. I don't know, RJ Falcon. Like I said, they got obviously Mike Brown. They got Rick Brunson back. They got Mark Bryant back. They got Mo Cheeks back. I don't know what else they're going to do with the coaching staff. Honestly, I'm not worried about it. It's not something that's the tip of my mind right now. What is the tip of my mind, I want to see who they signed to this vet min. I'm hoping it's Shamet. That's what I'm looking at. I want to see Shamet get that vet min deal. So let's see. That's the thing I'm looking for. And if they don't give it to him, I'm looking for one of these three youngins to get it. Well, Diawara got his spot. So it'd be the Pate or Beauchamp get the, And somebody said that Jordan Clarkson can play backup point guard. Oh, okay. If that's the case, then let's get Beauchamp on that roster. Oh yeah, Knicks are very hungry. Knicks Nation is very hungry for a chip. Deservedly so. We should be. It's been a long time. Been a long time. Okay? Been a long time. So they were in the finals in 99, I think. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I have a feeling if we stay healthy, we're going to be back. We're going to be back. Hawks are going to be a problem, Ricardo. They got a squad, man. I ain't going to front. The Hawks got a squad, man. Hawks got a squad. That's right. That's right. 10-man rotation. I can guarantee you that this year you're going to see a 10-man rotation. I can guarantee you that. You can take that to the bank. The Knicks are going with 10 this year. There's going to be 10 guys getting 10 minutes at least. So that's going to be a thing. The 11th and 12th are going to get like 6, 7, 8 minutes, but you're going to see 10 guys getting 10 minutes at least. That's why I like this team, because you're going to see a fresher team. I hope you're right, Michael Drake. I'm really into Shamet coming back, so I'm hoping that's the case. Really into him coming back. We'll see how they work out. We're going to see. There's going to be some moves. And one thing for sure, even in the deadest part of the season, which is right now, the Knicks are going to be in the news because they're the Knicks, right? You're going to have all kind of knuckleheads, Sports Illustrated, Yahoo, who the hell else? Empire, all of these, NBA Central, they're going to be coming out with rumors every other day. It is rumored that the Knicks are going to sign this all-star. The Knicks are encouraged to sign this. I was like, oh my God. Man. Some of these people be like, what the hell? Yeah, so anyway, the Knicks going to be in the news. The Berman blockbuster, right? The Lakers waive Shake in order to sign Smart. I don't know about Shake. I mean, if you're talking about Shamet or Shake, I'm gonna take Shamet. If you're talking about the Lon Rider Shake, I'm gonna take the Lon. So I don't know. Yeah, nice, but I'm good with what we got. We got options. We got options, y'all. We got nice options, man. The Knicks are going to be a really good team, 10 deep, really ready to play 10 deep. I'm excited to see our squad. Can't wait for training camp. This is going to be the longest 2 months of the year right here. Daggone. Anyway, that's where we at. Let me get ready to go to dinner with my lovely Boricua queen and my lovely mama. Let me get ready to do this steak dinner. Well, it's a good point, Kenneth Walton. It's a good point. But you talk about the greatest number of ex-slaves in the world is in Portugal. I mean, not Portugal, is in Brazil, which is a Portuguese colonized. Okay. That's the greatest number of ex-slaves in the world outside of Africa is in Brazil, Portuguese. Okay. And then, of course, you see all of the French-speaking colonized nations, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Benin, Niger, and there's others, French-speaking colonized. Then you got, of course, the Spanish-speaking colonized also, all of South America outside of Brazil, Central America, Mexico. Yeah, so Autism Boy Cottages 1, what's up? Yeah, so we got all of that. So there's a lot to go around. There's a lot to go around for sure, for sure. And between English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese, they got pretty much all of it covered. Oh, I'm hoping you're right, Coach House. I'm excited for Yabusele for sure. I'm excited for Yabusele. Did y'all hear how Josh Hart pronounced his name? Yep, Burkina Faso. I can't even name. There's so many French colonized nations. I can't name them all. There's a lot. A lot of colonization there. So it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Hart was trying. I can't even do it the way Hart did it. Hart is the funniest dude I have ever seen on the roster of the New York Knicks. He is the funniest dude I could have ever seen on a New York Knicks roster. Can y'all think of anybody that's funnier than Josh Hart? That dude is crazy. And then with him and JB, it's like they're Abbott and Costello on the NBA level. I mean, dad, they are funny, man. Josh crazy as hell. Oh, man. Yeah, I did. I saw. I didn't know it was that bad. Boy's tough as nails, man. Yabusele. Yeah, Yabusele, man. Yabusele. I'm excited to see him ball, man. Jordan Clarkson, too. I'm excited to see him ball. Yeah, I'm excited to see him ball. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but I'm making an exception, Carlos, with Portugal because my wine is over there. So I'm making an exception with Portugal. I will go over there and visit. My wife and I are kind of half looking at it. We're not seriously looking at moving there, but I want to definitely go to Porto. I want to spend a month in Portugal for sure. I want to spend a month in Portugal. Now, Ricardo, could you please answer me this question, Ricardo? He said, give me Brogdon. Now, he wasn't here when we discussed Malcolm Brogdon earlier. But Ricardo, let me ask you a serious question, Ricardo. Ricardo, do you realize that Malcolm Brogdon is on the board of directors of the Anthony Ambulance School of Unavailability? Do you realize that he is mostly hurt? That almost every year Brogdon is hurt? And why would you want a guy that when you go to look for him, he's in street clothes? That's what I don't get. Like, why wouldn't you want a guy that's available? Because Brogdon is not. He is in the Anthony Ambulance. I'm not gonna. I don't think. Who said that? Who is it? I don't think he's not on the third rail, Ricardo. I'm not third railing him for loving Brogdon. As long as you get when you third railing, you speaking against the family. You hear me? When you third railing, you speaking against the family. So he's just expressing love for Anthony Ambulance School of Unavailability, Malcolm Brogdon, who's on the board of directors of the University of Unavailability of Anthony Ambulance School. And I just don't understand why would somebody favor him who's always hurt? That's all I'm saying. I don't understand. I'm seriously trying to, Ricardo, what is that? I mean, do you know that he's hurt all the time? Every stop, every place that he's played. And when he does play, Like when he's able to stay halfway healthy, he's extremely good. There's no doubt about it. He did it that one time in Boston and won Sixth Man of the Year. And he did it his rookie year in Milwaukee and got a big contract after his rookie contract was over. That's when he made his money in Indiana. But since he's been in Indiana, that boy stayed hurt. Indiana, Portland, Washington, he stayed hurt. Yeah, HRM, but Orlando ain't giving up Anthony Black. That boy could ball too. He ain't, He's too good. Anthony Black too good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Steve Baptiste. I don't understand somebody favoring these Anthony Ambulance type dudes, man. At least Shamet was a fluke last year. I would not consider Shamet Anthony Ambulance school because that was a fluke. Shamet is not a guy that's hurt. He's an available type of guy. So I won't consider last year that was shoulder injury was a fluke. It was a fluke play, fluke situation. I don't think we see that again. Shamet is mostly available, and he still came back last year too, even after that bad shoulder injury was dislocated his shoulder. He came back. Yeah. So, but I don't understand the obsession with Malcolm Brogdon. He's always hurt. And y'all the same guys that are obsessing about him, you'll be complaining about him when you see him in street clothes all the time. I'm not interested in somebody that's always hurt. You got to be available. You got to be ready to play, man. That's all I'm saying. So that's my problem with Malcolm Brogdon. That's what I'm saying, Ricardo. That's what I'm saying. Think about that, Mr. Ricardo. Just think about that. He's always hurt. Why would we want somebody that's always hurt? Yeah, I think Jordan Clarkson is going to give us the Filipino ball out in MSG. I think he's going to give us there's some players that, basketball-wise, show their ass no matter who it is. Like, that's what I loved about Latrell Sprewell. He didn't care where he was playing. He didn't care if it was New York. He didn't care if it was New York. He was going to ball out regardless. That's Jordan Clarkson. That's Jordan Clarkson. That's what when I heard they were getting Latrell, I was hyped because I knew. See, some players cannot play for the Knicks in New York. They can't. Right? We know that, right? Baseball, basketball, football, there's dudes that come to New York, and between the fan base getting on their last nerve and the media getting on their last nerve and the pressure of playing for New York, they can't do their thing until they leave New York. But there's some dudes that don't matter what the arena is, you put the ball in their hand and they're going to show you what it is. That was Latrell Sprewell, and that's Jordan Clarkson. He's going to ball out at MSG. Yeah, exactly. They're not built for New York. There's some guys that's not. Y'all don't know how many guys you'll probably chase away with your stuff in Knicks Nation. But Jordan Clarkson ain't one of them. He ain't. He going to relish playing at the Garden, man. Oh, me too, Levy. I wish we had Quentin, but it's what it is, man. It's what it is. It's what it is. No, I don't think so, Ricardo. We got Jordan Clarkson is now I'm hearing he could play point guard. Deuce can play point guard. JB could play point guard. Last year, you had both Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges running the offense when they were trying to pressure Brunson. No, we got enough guys that can handle the ball. We don't need anybody else to do that. Not even Brogdon, especially a guy that's, again, even if he could. Let's say you're right, Mikal. Let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say you're right. We need another pure ball handler. Why would you choose a guy that never plays? What good is Brogdon's ball handling ability if he's always in street clothes? You understand? What good is his ball handling ability if he spends 50 games hurt? Which is what he does. Right. Yeah, so... Yes, I'm saying Clarkson's gonna ball out. He got that vibe with him too. Well, this is the thing, Ricardo. You can't act desperate. That's Knicks regimes of the past. The Don don't act desperate. If it ain't there, it ain't there. We got enough to roll. If he ain't there, if what we want ain't there, we move on. That's how the Don does business. If you ain't ready, if we ain't meeting the price, see ya. We move on. We got enough. Yeah. Yeah, Campaign is more available than Brogdon. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, exactly. They got a wing in Anthony Ambulance University for Malcolm Brogdon. This is the Malcolm Brogdon wing. You got, the Frank Ntilikina wing of the groin pull. The Frank Ntilikina groin wing is at Anthony Ambulance University. You got the Kristaps Porzingis I'm sick wing. Just whatever. You got the Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons got the Kardashian hex wing. That's the Kardashian hex. That's for fools that don't realize you don't mess with them Kardashians. They put the hex on. You don't realize that? They got the Kardashian hex wing. That's Ben Simmons' wing. Got the Kardashian hex. Ben Simmons is in the Anthony Ambulance School, Dennis Moore. Sponsored by Morgan's Pharmacy. Some of y'all are just crazy. I did not make up It's Raining Men. Who was that? Was it you, Malik? Somebody made up It's Raining Men, and that stuck. It has stuck. Miles, It's Raining Men Turner. One of y'all said that. That's how it started. So now we got Ben Simmons. Was it you, Coach? Now we got Pharmacy at Walgreens for Ben Simmons. Y'all looking at height and all that crap and not realizing this Negro going to sit on the bench in street clothes with a Kardashian behind him, and y'all going to be whining about it. Y'all need to wake up. Come on. We don't need no damn Ben Simmons. Get the hell out of here. Not even for the minimum. Give me Shamet. Give me Campaign. Give me DeLon Wright. Somebody that's going to be there. Yeah, it was Coach Hauser. Yeah, Coach Hauser said, It's Raining Men. Oh, that's stuck. I said, I'm stealing that. That's gone, bro. That's gone. Every time I see that boy now, it's Raining Men. He ain't dressed like that since with his, what's that boy's name from his Living Color? Something Merriweather. He dressed like that. I ain't seen him like that since. I'm so Merriweather. I was like, yeah, nah, forget Ben Simmons. He's another Anthony Ambulance candidate. No, he got the hex on him. Why y'all asking for a guy that's not going to play? Again, why are you looking at players that are going to be hurt? Don't you learn? Come on. And you're still the same whiny ones that's going to whine when that fool don't play. Anyway. We need some availability in our locker room. Availability. Right. And a dude that will pass up a layup to throw. Oh, gosh. He got the hex on him, man. He got the hex on him. Exactly. That's right, okay. Oh, gosh. Y'all crazy. It's got to be New York. You can't get this type of vibe from any other city but New York. You can't get this type of vibe in no place else but New York. Okay, you can't. CP3 played 82, but man, I don't know. I'd rather have Shamet. No. Miles Turner on the Bucks now. Yeah, I know. 3 snaps in the circle. I get it. Crazy. Oh, gosh, man. Organic, you back? Or are you still out of state? You back? Exactly, HR. Yeah. You still out of state? You and your homie, you and the boy back? Or you still out of state? I know you was visiting. Are you back? Okay. Tell everybody I said hi, man. Tell all the kids and the fam. I said hi. Oh, you got back yesterday? Okay. Bro, we gotta go eat again, man. We gotta go eat again. Tell me when you're available. I know you gotta work Sundays, right? You gotta figure out something. We got to figure out something with the fam, bro. Got to figure out something with the fam. Yeah. Yeah. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. All right. I like, hey, Cameron Payne. If somebody talking Ben Simmons and Malcolm Brogdon, give me Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne is at least available. You know, he might get on your nerves with some of his shot selection, but I'll take him because at least he's there. You know what I mean? People be bringing up these cats that they ain't gonna play because they're gonna be hurt half the time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up. You know, hey, organic. You work in the afternoon. You work in the morning. Because I'm retired. I can call you anytime. So I just want to see. I'll probably hit you up. I'll hit you up on the family link. I'll hit you up on the family link. Yeah, I like if you gonna tell me you're gonna look at Malcolm Brogdon, Anthony Ambulance ass, and you're gonna look at Ben Simmons got the hex on him ass, and you bringing up campaign. Cameron Payne looks really good to me. Okay, cool. All right, I'll text you. I'll text you, bro. I'll text you first. All right. Yeah, nah. People be bringing up these names, man, because they had them on their poster once, man. Stop it. It ain't the same guy. He got the hex on him now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Anyway, let me go get some dinner, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be talking. There'll be some content coming on some of these cats we dealing with here. There'll be some content coming. We'll be talking about all our boys. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Shalom.